If you clicked on this video, this is not by chance. Maybe it was curiosity. Maybe it was timing. But maybe, just maybe, it's something deeper. A sign. A whisper. A message that your health, your strength, and your future are still worth fighting for. That even now, you're meant to hear this. Because this video might help you avoid something you never expected, a hidden danger on your plate. Today, we're talking about fish. A food we often associate with health, clean eating, and protein. But not all fish are safe. Especially for seniors. In fact, there are 6 types of fish that older adults, especially over the age of 50, should never eat. Not occasionally. Not just in moderation. But never. Because these fish come with risks. Toxicity. Mercury. Inflammation. Drug interactions. And for seniors, the consequences are far more serious. This isn't fear. This is truth. And this may be one of the most important videos you'll hear this year. So, if you care about elderly nutrition, if you want to avoid hidden toxins, protect your organs, and keep aging with strength, listen closely. Let's begin. Fish number 1, king mackerel. This fish is one of the highest in mercury levels. Mercury, a heavy metal, doesn't just leave your system overnight. It builds. And seniors are more vulnerable to mercury buildup due to slower detox pathways and weaker kidneys. Symptoms of mercury overload include memory loss, fatigue, nerve pain, mood changes, digestive problems. For older adults, mercury exposure is linked to cognitive decline, increased fall risk, and interference with medications for blood pressure, diabetes, and thyroid health. King mackerel may look like a rich, oily fish, but beneath the surface, it's toxic. Avoid it at all costs. If you want a healthy alternative, go for smaller fish like sardines or wild-caught salmon, low in mercury, high in omega-3s. Fish number 2, tilefish. Often served grilled or as part of seafood platters, tilefish is another mercury monster. It has some of the highest mercury content of any fish available, sometimes even higher than shark or swordfish. For the elderly, mercury doesn't just pose brain health risks. It can disrupt sleep, increase heart arrhythmias, and impair liver detox. If you've ever felt foggy, had unexplained headaches after seafood, or dealt with sudden digestive issues, it could be linked to toxic seafood like tilefish. And here's something most doctors won't tell you: tilefish can interact with statins, thyroid medications, and blood thinners. That makes it a direct threat to senior health, not just a dietary suggestion. Avoid it completely. Fish number 3, swordfish. It sounds elegant. It looks impressive on a plate. But swordfish is a danger disguised as delicacy. Its large size and long life make it a mercury sponge. The older and bigger the fish, the more toxins it stores. And that makes swordfish one of the worst choices for seniors. Swordfish consumption has been linked to elevated blood pressure, neuropathy, kidney strain, compromised memory function. For older adults with existing heart or cognitive issues, swordfish can act like a slow poison, not immediately, but over time. And because of its density, it's harder to digest, especially in those with weakened digestive enzymes. Avoid swordfish entirely. Instead, choose Arctic char or trout. These give you the omega-3 benefits without the toxicity. Fish number 4, shark. Yes, some restaurants still serve shark. And no, it is not safe. Shark meat is not only dangerously high in mercury, but it also contains uroxygens, compounds that can be harmful to the liver, nervous system, and kidneys. For seniors managing multiple medications, the effects can be magnified. Shark meat is especially risky for anyone with memory loss, low kidney function, circulatory disorders, weak immune systems, Here's something the elderly wisdom community understands. Just because something is exotic doesn't mean it's good for you. Shark is a fish to avoid at all costs. Choose safer white fish like cod or haddock instead, easy on the stomach, light in flavor, and far safer. Fish number 5, orange roughy. Sounds harmless, right? But orange roughy lives for decades, sometimes over 100 years. That means it absorbs toxins from the ocean for an entire century. By the time it ends up on your plate, it's not fish. It's a chemical sponge. Orange roughy is high in mercury, lead, cadmium, and other heavy metals. For seniors, especially those with liver, heart, or kidney conditions, these compounds can do real harm. Even small servings can raise toxicity levels beyond safe thresholds for older adults. Orange roughy is often marketed as low-fat and high-protein, but don't be fooled. It's low in nutrients and high in long-term risk. Fish number 6, farmed Atlantic salmon, low quality. This one might surprise you. Salmon is healthy, right? Not all salmon. Farmed Atlantic salmon, especially low-cost varieties, are raised in crowded conditions with antibiotics, synthetic dyes, and pesticide exposure. The problem? These residues don't leave when the fish is processed. You eat what the fish eats. Poor quality farmed salmon is linked to inflammation, gut issues, skin irritation, hormonal disruption, sluggish digestion in seniors. Plus, the omega-3 content is lower, meaning you get fewer benefits and more toxins. Instead, choose wild-caught Alaskan salmon, higher quality, lower toxin load, and richer in brain-protective fats. Now, let's take a moment to ask the deeper question. Why does this matter so much more for seniors? Because as we age, our liver filters slower. Our kidneys excrete toxins less efficiently. Our gut loses enzyme strength. Our immune system weakens. And our brain becomes more sensitive to heavy metals. That means what was once safe at 30 may be harmful at 70. And that's what senior wisdom teaches us. That protecting your health isn't about fear. It's about foresight. Eating these fish may not make you sick today. But over time, they quietly accumulate in your system, affecting your energy, memory, balance, and resilience. That's why we avoid them at any cost. So what fish are safe for seniors? Choose wild-caught Alaskan salmon, sardines, trout, Arctic char, anchovies, haddock, cod, whitefish, herring. These options are lower in mercury, easier to digest, less likely to interfere with medications, still rich in omega-3s for brain and joint health. Add lemon. Add herbs. Add olive oil. But keep your fish clean, simple, and sourced from nature, not a chemical tank. Let's bring it back to the bigger picture. This isn't just a list of fish. It's a reminder that your health is worth protecting, that your body is still sensitive, and that aging well means making smarter choices, even on the plate. Because every meal is a message. To your brain. To your heart. To your body. That you still care. That you still choose strength. That you still believe the future is worth preparing for. If you found this video helpful, subscribe to Silver Age Secrets, where we combine Wiseman insight, elderly nutrition, and clear truth about what really works. Here, we honor elderly wisdom. We speak to real life after 50. And we help you live better, one choice at a time.